For anyone who isn't familiar with the concept, a recursive translation is when something is taken from one language, translated to at least one more, and then converted back to the source language. The results can be quite interesting. Anyway, let's go. Origin. Part 1. Queen Alina explains how Dr. It depicts how he had to abandon his children, Manix, Sonia, and Sonic, to capture the Queen. Argus, the former captain of her Queen's Guard, arranges a secret meeting with her. However, they are soon captured by bounty hunters Robotnik, Sleet, and Dingo, who are attempting to feed the soldiers robot bait, so the Sonic trio rushes to their rescue. Mob Dune. Avoiding mud and slime, the Hedgehogs find themselves in a city completely uncontaminated by Robotnik. The people are nice and the food is free. It seems like an ideal location, but there's more to Mobodon than meets the eye. After using the Power Stone, the brothers realize that this is where they were born. Before any further questions can be answered, Mizore and Dingo attack SWATbot's army to protect the past, and Hedgehog fights for Mobodon's future. Price of Freedom. Sonia is angry at Sleet and Dingo, literally, and travels to East Mobius with her brother to calm her mood. There, Sonia meets her old friend Mindy Latour and his father. Mindy gives Sonia a lock, but unbeknownst to Sonic's sister or Mindy, the locker is a tracking device designed by Robotnik. Sonia realizes too late, and soon Mindy's kingdom is filled with similar clockwork robots programmed to hunt hedgehogs. Will the brothers be able to solve this bug problem? Underground Disguise. When Manic meets Soundund, a group of teenage pickpockets led by Max, he begins to revert to his old self. Meanwhile, Threed and Dingo plan to keep the collected taxes from Robotnik. They just need someone to frame the robbery, and Manic is the perfect victim. Tangled Web. Sonic meets his friend Silas. Sonic believes Silas has joined the Freedom Fighters, but he is actually working under Dr. Silas, Robot. When he learns that the Freedom Fighters Refuge is for children, he destroys Robotnik's communication device. Sonic, Sonia, and Manic try to get him back from Robotnik. Deepest Fear. During a trip to Port Mobius, Sonic, Manic, and Sonia say that the ship is sinking because of the Mobian beasts of Moby Dick. The Hedgehogs also meet Captain Squeegee and inform him of a scam in which the inhabitants must rely on Robotnik to protect them from sea monsters. In fact, it is Robotnik who is sending the commands. Sonic must overcome his fear of water and monsters in order to find the truth and end the terror in the sea town. Who do you think you are? Sonic Underground comes to Movia in search of the Queen's diary. Sonia, who has lost her memory, meets Rafi, one of the resistance fighters, in the city. Last Resort. The Hedgehog comes across a beautiful place, a valley of water. But how can that be a good thing if Robotnik is controlling the rest of Mobius? The band is about to learn from this. Go outside, wherever you are. Sonia was invited to the premiere, which was hosted by none other than Robotnik's right-hand man, Bartleby. Sonic helps her reach her destination without being captured, but more trouble arises when Silas chooses her to rescue the Predator captive. Winners lie everything. Robotnik created a super-fast robot and organized a contest with Mobius for the best robot athletes, but it was all a trap to get Sonic out. Will he be able to do well in the tournament? Hedgehog's house is his castle. Sonia inherits a spooky castle, but when he spends one night there, everything goes awry. Artifact. In order to earn a large amount of money, Robotnik sells the artifact to the Mobius nobles. However, these artifacts actually come from news stories. They are bombs and are about to explode. Insect! The gang discovers a village destroyed by Freedom Fighter residents. Why did this happen? From what Manic discovered when he was injected with a mind control toxin, it seems to have something to do with the flybots scattered across the desert. Volume. Using the essence of a rare plant, Robotnik managed to make Mizor and Dingo faster, perhaps even faster than Sonic. Sonic Underground somehow figures it out, but can Sonia and Manic resist the temptation to take drugs themselves and move as fast as Sonic? Enemy or ally? The group visits a floating island to search for their mother. There, they met the island's guardian, Knuckles the Echidna, who told them that Sleet and Dingo were looking for Sonic Underground to find the Chaos Emeralds. Head Games. Queen Arena sends her children to Speedster Island, which Bartleby intends to use as a vacation spot. Mizor and Dingo pretend to help, but all they want are Sonic, Sonia, and the robotic islanders who worship her three-stone head similar to Manic. When in Rome, the Oracle wants to test the Porcupine's practical abilities, so he strips him of his powers and sends him to an alternate Rome-themed reality where a despicable person rules as king. The once-fast Hedgehogs must use their usual combination of cunning and strategy to save this reality, but will they be able to stop them without super speed? Crown Jewels. Royal gems in the arena can follow the Queen as a host device. Well, who cares? As her siblings pursue her mother and Robotnik follows her, the impossible Queen finally appears within her reach. Unless, of course, this is all wrong. 3 hedgehogs and a baby. During Robotropolis, Sonic and his friends discover an abandoned hedgehog. While Sonic and Sonia search for his parents, Manic has to think about it and get in touch with Mother Nature. Or maybe take him to the skies. But these children are not as innocent as they seem, and Robotnik is one step closer to finding sanctuary. Dune Day. Sonic Underground encounters nomads while traveling through the desert. He says that Manic doesn't trust the clan leader, if you can. He sets out in search of the truth and discovers a shocking secret. To Mom. After stealing a book containing the royal seal from Robotnik, the Sonic trio discovers that the prophet foretold Robotnik's takeover of Mobius, and also foretold his defeat. Even more amazingly, it was discovered that the prophet had also written down on his scroll what he had prophesied, as well as the voices and appearances of his brothers. Their journey passes through the treacherous desert of Mobius, Sandopolis, or whatever you want to call it, and many dangers and traps. However, underground forces gain the upper hand and locate the temple where the scroll has been hidden for a long time. Meanwhile, Slit and Dingo also discover the temple, and soon the stage is set for a battle that will determine the future of Mobius. Iron Mask Hedgehog. In this episode, Sonic saves an underground prisoner from a masked hedgehog, so we can't really see his face, one of Robotnik's old captors. The prisoner claims to be the hedgehog's cousin and Queen Alina's twin brother, but it's all just Robotnik's evil plan to tear Sonic Underground apart. 6 is a number. In this episode, Sonic Underground goes looking for Oracle, again, and sends them to another dimension. There, they are the bad guys and Robotnik is the good guy, but with Robotnik on his side, he may be able to defeat the evil hedgehog and restore Mobotropolis to its former glory. Flying Fortress. Chaos Emerald Crisis Part 1. Robotnik creates a new flying fortress to destroy the planet. Sonic Underground suspects that the Chaos Emeralds are in control of the fortress, and head to the floating island to seek Knuckles' help. But we all know how stubborn Knuckles is. Wedding Bells Blues. When Robotnik announces that he wants to marry Queen Arena, the shocked Sonic brothers rush to his aid, unaware that it is a trap. No Hedgehog is an Island. Chaos Emerald Crisis Part 2. After Chaos flies off with his emerald, Mizor and Dingo get into an argument over it, and Dingo accidentally breaks it, releasing all of Chaos's energy. Sonic Underground and Knuckles go to Knuckles' grandfather, Atil, for advice on how to handle the situation. But with all the chaotic energy tearing apart the planet, will they survive long enough to reach her? If so, will they heed the words of the wise Echidna? Know more about yourself. Origins, Part 2. The newly reunited Sonic brothers must learn how to work as a team if they want to fight Robotnik. But do they really know each other well enough? New Echidna in town. Chaos Emerald Crisis, Part 3. Knuckles negotiates with Robotnik to retrieve and repair the Chaos Emeralds before Mobius is destroyed, but Otter must outsmart Hedgehog to get the villain's help. Origins, Part 3. Sonic, Sonia, and Manic put their training to the test as they embark on a mission to save Oracle from Robotnik. Will they be able to work together in harmony, or will their mistake mean their own death? National Crisis. Sonic Underground is tasked with stopping a gang of hillbillies from fighting to stop Robotnik's dam construction from flooding the countryside. Space Hair. Salon robots hypnotize people who come to the salon by revealing deep secrets. As she leaves, Sonia gives information about the Resistance. Will she and her brothers be able to stop Robotnik from getting the information? Physical Therapist. A Mobian named Titus has created a machine that can de-roboticize robots. This is aptly called the De-Roboticizer, but when Robotnik and his crew come after him, he may do more harm than good. Sonia's Choice. Sonic and Manic are captured and turned into robots. It's up to Sonia to save the brothers, but in reality, they belong to separate robots on opposite sides of the city. Big Farewell. Robotnik comes up with his most ingenious plan yet, to melt the ice cap. Things worsen for Sonic Underground when Sonia leaves the group and becomes involved with Queen Sana. Sleep. Robotnik invents a new sleep dart and sends them into the Resistance. It's up to Sonic and his brothers to stop them at the source. Bartleby Prisoner. Bartleby is arrested for aiding the Resistance. As you might have guessed, it's Sonic his Underground that helps him do that. Art of Destruction. Sonic Underground meets Art, the most powerful robotonic robot in history who can think and learn for himself. But Art soon learns the power of friendship. Rock. Sonia finds a magic lock that threatens to turn her invisible. Virtual Danger. It depicts Sonic and Manic playing the virtual reality game, Castle Conquest, to improve their piloting skills. After the two siblings are trapped in the game by Robotnik, it's up to Sonia to play to save her siblings. It's all the same thing. Thank you for the registration question?